All right, your manager asked you a question and said, when last did we sell jug? Jug is one of our products. When last did you sell jug? And you are panicking. Don't worry, calm down. Michael is there for you. Now, this is the approach. First, think it through. The first thing is, when last did you sell jug? It means if I can get a list of all jugs, the jugs that we've sold, and then the date we sold each of them. And then if I can arrange that date from the highest to the lowest. All right. And then from the highest to lowest, I can then rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Now, if I can find a way to pick just the date from the first row. So this is what I'm saying. You have jog. I'm going to copy this. Jog. Sorry. All right. Jog, 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 like that. And I have the dates. The Jan, for example, Feb, March, April. Now, if I can rank it and say, okay, this is number 1 in descending. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4. So this was the first. When last? This was the latest time we saw jog. This was the second latest, and that and that and that. And if I can find a way to pick just this date, then I've answered it. So when last did you sell jog? In this case now, April. So that's the approach. Now, let me clear this now. The next thing will now be, how do I translate this into SQL code? When last? So meaning the same thing I've just done here, Control Z. Let me create a table that selects jog, the description of good called jog, the date, and then let me rank it in this way. Now, okay, let me still leave this and just come here and then say select. So meaning I have to select jog, which is description of goods. Then I'll say description of goods, the way it's written, of goods, comma. Then I want to pick the invoice. Let me put that in the next line. Invoice date. All right. And then I want to rank. So remember, since I'm just ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not like the dense rank we did the other time. So I'll say row number, then hover. Put that on the next line. Hover. And I want to say order. So I want to order it. Order by the invoice date. You know, we've just ordered this. If you order this date, that's when you get the 1, 2, like that. Order by invoice date in descending order, correct? And then alias it ranks, for example. We pick date and these 3 guys, alias this rank. So this will give us something like this. That is our first query. Then the next query will now be, so if I can now select the description of goods, sorry, I don't even need to select it. If I can now select the date, invoice dates from this particular table, all right, from this, I don't know the name of this table yet, where the rank, where this particular column called ranks is what? Is 1, for example. So I'm going to run this query first. So first, since we want to limit our description of goods to jog alone, so as ranks from, remember our table from sales table. All right, we've selected now. Now, let me first of all run this so that you see how okay, before I run that, let me, where the description of goods is what? We are selecting only jugs. So the way it's written, jug. Now, if I run this, you can see that all jugs are out and the date is out and the rank is out. Now, the rank, you can see this is the latest, the January 5, 2025, January 4, like that, and then 2024. So all I need to do is now to select this date. Since this is the when last did we sell jug, this was the last time we sold jug. That's all. So we have this query first that gives us this. The next query should now give us only the invoice date, and which is what I've said there. Select invoice date from this table now. So, but we need to give this table a name, and that is where CTE comes into play, right? We give it a name. first queue as you now put all this query in a bracket. So meaning you've named all this query, you've given it a name called first queue. Is that clear? So you've given it first queue, and then now you can now combine it together and say, and now mention the name of this query now, first queue. You can see it out. So we are saying select from first queue now, from this particular table, select only the invoice date where the rank is what 1, and it will give us this date. Now let's run that. Voila. So this was the last time. You want to alias this last time as last time jog sold, something like that, so that it looks nice. And then you want to run again. Sorry. Yeah. You see now, the last time, when last the jog was sold, first, 5th of January 2025. This is how to answer the question. Easy and straightforward. I hope this is helpful. See you on the next one.